The Nintendo Switch 2 launches pretty soon, and Nintendo just pushed out a huge update for your current Nintendo Switch to get ready for everything. And let me tell you right now, this is by far the biggest update we've seen for the Nintendo Switch. Hey guys, BabyR20 back again. And if you turn on your Nintendo Switch right now, you may notice quite a few different things. If you have not updated your Switch yet, all you gotta do is go ahead and go to the system settings, and I'm sure we've all done this before. Just scroll all the way down to system, go to system update, and update your system. You should be at version 20.0.0. Now I will leave a link below to the full update notes that Nintendo put on their website, so you can go through it and see every single thing that has changed. Today in this video, we're just gonna go over some of the major things and the things that we all care about. But if you wanna be very specific and know every little detail, like I said, I'll leave a link below. Be sure to read everything because there's quite a bit to go over. So as you can see right away, you can notice that there is a little bit of the different color change to some of these icons. The news tab is now green, no big major thing there. The Nintendo eShop now has like a red icon. And if you go into the actual Nintendo eShop, and we will do that right now just so you guys can see, because I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's been upgraded. Right away you can notice that it's now red instead of orange, and it loads a lot faster. That was really fast compared to what it normally loads. If you guys remember, I used to go to a white screen and take forever, and that loaded pretty quick. Go to recent releases, and as you can see, it loads up pretty quick. Usually it would be a pretty big delay. Go to great deals, same thing, you get a white screen, but it does load a lot faster. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like this is a big upgrade to the eShop on the Switch. Now, I don't think this is going to be the final product for the Nintendo Switch 2, because we all know the Nintendo Switch 2 has a lot more power behind it. There should be no delay at all, but this is a pretty big improvement on the current Nintendo Switch. So let's go ahead and go back to the home menu. So right there, that's pretty good news for the eShop. Hopefully it's a lot more usable. The gallery didn't change much. There is a new icon called Game Share. And what this is, if you guys remember, like when you had like a DS or whatever and they had like download play, it's kind of like the same thing. So you can go in here, if you have a game that's compatible with it, you can go to join Game Share and you can actually transmit your data to somebody else that has a Nintendo Switch, and maybe they don't even have the game. A game that's going to utilize this is Clubhouse Games. So say you're playing like a card game on Clubhouse Games, somebody has a Nintendo Switch, they don't have the game, you can transmit the data to them and you guys can actually play together and they don't even need the game. So that's pretty cool. I don't know exactly what all games are going to utilize this, but it's cool that it's finally made a comeback. So that's Game Share. You'll notice there the controller icon, that's unchanged, but there is a virtual game cards section here. Now this one's a little weird in my opinion. Of course you select what user you want to use, but a little bit about the virtual game cards, because a lot of people kind of still don't know what these are. It's basically just a collection of all your games you've ever downloaded, and you can take them and actually let a friend borrow them or something like that. So you can go ahead and like click on this. This is loaded on this system. Boom, loaded on this system. It's ready to play. So now I can actually play on my home menu here. This game is garbage, by the way. Don't recommend anyone playing this. So now it's re-downloading the game because I uninstalled it because how bad it was. But there you go. So like now it just reinstalled it. So then you can go back to it and then you can actually share it with a friend. Can't really demonstrate this at all, but like you can take a game like, let's say Go-Kart Mania. Take it, you can lend to a family group member, and then you have to select a user to lend it to. And then like you can't really, they actually have to have their system by you. You can't do this online, which is really, really dumb in my opinion. So I have a family account and I have people that live in different states that are on my family account. And if I want to lend them a game through the virtual game card, I would actually have to have their Nintendo Switch present in front of me. You can't just send it to them online for whatever the case may be. So this is a cool option if you got like a bunch of kids in the house and they all have a Nintendo Switch. And instead of buying like one, instead of buying 3 copies of the game for like 3 kids, you can let them share it around. And after 14 days, it just gets sent back to the user. So that's cool, I guess. I'll probably never be utilizing this at all, but that's a little bit about the virtual game cards here. It's just a way you can actually like take a game, you can like load it on another system. Say you have another Nintendo Switch and you want to take this and put it on a different Nintendo Switch, you can go ahead and do that there. Or like I said, you can lend it to a family group member who's on your account. But again, they have to actually be in the house. You can't just like, if they live, you know, in 2 states away, you can't say, okay, here, I sent it to you, go ahead and check your account, which is really dumb in my opinion. So that's cool. It's a big update. There's that. Probably the biggest update that we received on this update, if you go in the system settings, and this is getting prepared for the Nintendo Switch 2. If you scroll all the way down, and go to system and then scroll all the way down to that, you'll actually see an option here that says system transfer to Nintendo Switch 2. You can actually take all your stuff from your Nintendo Switch and switch it over to your Nintendo Switch 2. There is also an option to where you can actually put everything into a cloud, and then you can take it out of the cloud and put it on the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. So this is where you go for that. I'm not going to mess with it right now. I don't want to mess anything up, but once I get my Nintendo Switch 2, this is where you want to go, and you can actually transfer all your data to that. And that's pretty much it. There's a few other minor things. Like I said, this is the major stuff. I'll leave a link below so you guys can see the full notes and everything that Nintendo released on their website. But this is a huge update, 20.0.0, biggest update we've ever had for our current Nintendo Switch. I'm liking what I see here. I'm a big fan that they upgraded the Nintendo eShop, at least on my end. Leave a comment below, guys. Let me know, is there an improvement on your end, or is it just me? I don't know. It looks like a pretty big improvement, and we all know when the Switch 2 comes out, it better even be better than that. So there you guys go. Pretty much all for right now, guys. And as always, there'll be more to come shortly. Thanks again, guys.